Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. So I apologize for not posting a lot of videos these days because I was out of station, and I just got back home last evening, and there were a couple of comments that I have to still reply. I will do that very soon. But there was one very important question that was asked, that the person said that their soil is drying really fast, and they wanted to know whether they can water their succulents frequently, but they were worried whether the succulent will get rotted. Now, of course, during summers, the soil will dry faster, but again, this is something that you'll have to individually check. The frequency of watering is definitely going to be a little bit more as compared to what it was during the winters. Like for example, over here I have a bunch of clavifolia. These have not been watered. As I said, I was not at home, so you can see that they are starting to get a lot of wrinkles, so it means that it's time to water. So I'm going to go ahead and water it, and when I'm watering it this time, I'm going to do a complete watering. Of course, I have also started to increase the frequency of watering. I usually start watering once in 4 days or once in 3 days, again depending upon the type of succulent that I have. Clavifolia, it has a little bit less wrinkles as compared to my echeverias, because clavifolias do have a little bit more chubby leaves, so they can store a little bit of water. My other succulents are quite wrinkled. I'll have to water each and every one of them, but again, it all depends what kind of succulent you have. If you have a thin leafed succulent, it would require a little bit more watering compared to a chubby leafed succulent. So I am done with a complete watering. The water has started to pass through the drain hole. Please don't do incomplete watering during summers. You have to completely soak the soil and wait for the soil to be completely bone dry. Whether it's winters, monsoons, autumn, spring, summer, any season, the thumb rule remains the same, that the soil has to be completely bone dry before you go ahead and water. Even if there is 10% of moisture in the pot, do not water. If you're not very sure about that, as I've said, you can use the stick method, or you can check for the wrinkles. Like over this succulent, the wrinkles were present, so I've gone ahead and done a complete watering. Complete watering is very important. Incomplete watering will kind of mess it up, because you'll not be sure. You watered it, but the succulent is still dehydrated, then you water it again, and that is not right. So when you're watering it, do a complete watering. If you're not sure, don't water. That's the best what you can do. Over here we are done with the complete watering. The water has started to pass through the drain hole, so I'm going to keep it aside, of course, because the root system is very healthy. The succulent itself is very healthy. Within 24 to 48 hours they will start to plump up and the wrinkles will disappear. So yes, during summers your frequency of watering is going to increase. At times it might be more frequent, but again you have to be sure to check that the soil is completely bone dry. Again, this is very tricky for me to give you a exact answer, because it all depends upon the environment and climate. Some people have a dry environment, some people have a humid environment, so again there is a little bit of difference in that. In terms of watering, my environment is dry, so I have to do a little bit more frequent watering. Probably a person who's from a very humid environment might have to do a little bit less watering as compared to my situation. So I've done this watering. I have a lot of plants to water, a lot of work to be done. So yes, the frequency will increase. I know a lot of people are worried that excess amount of watering can rot the succulent. So the best thing what you can do is just wait. If you notice wrinkles, go ahead and water it, which during summers overwatering is less frequent as compared to other seasons. I have seen mostly during summers it's more with dry rot rather than overwatering. But again, there are a lot of factors. Your soil, the type of container, the type of environment that you live in also plays a very important role. As majority of my pots are concrete pots, the soil is very gritty, loose, porous, so I'm very confident that if I water after 4 days or 5 days, I know that the soil is completely bone dry. Apart from that, my environment is very dry, so everything tends to dry up really fast. So that's about it. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.